डियर स्टूडेंट, आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे बेस थ्योरम के बारे में। फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट, लेट E1, E2, E3 up to En be the mutually exclusive and agnostic event associated with a random experiment, and E be any event that occurs with some EI. Then probability of EI by E equal to probability of E by EI into probability of EI by probability of E, where I is equal to 1, 2 up to n, where P is equal to total probability of E and is defined as P1 into P E by E1 plus P E2 into P upon E by E2 plus so on, and last one is P En into P E upon En. Some words, that is mutually exclusive, means P1 intersection P2 is equal to 5, means दोनों के बीच कोई कॉमन नहीं है। सो P1 E1 और E2 के बीच कोई कॉमन नहीं, E2 E3 के बीच कोई कॉमन नहीं। सिमिलरली, and exhaustive event means sum of all individual probability is equal to 1. Now example, question number 1, in a factory which manufactures volts, machine machines A, B and C manufactures respectively 25%, 35% and 40% of volts. सो मशीन ए की जो प्रोडक्शन है, मैन्युफैक्चरर्स है, वो 25% है, बी 35% है और सी 40% है। ऑफ देयर आउटपुट्स 5%, 4% एंड 2% आर रिस्पेक्टिवली डिफेक्टिव वोल्ट्स, जिसमें से 5% डिफेक्टिव वोल्ट्स है मशीन ए की, 4% डिफेक्टिव है मशीन बी की एंड 2% डिफेक्टिव है मशीन सी की। ए वोल्ट इज ड्रॉन एट रैंडम, जिसमें रैंडम फ्रॉम प्रोडक्ट एंड इज फाउंड टू बी डिफेक्टिव। एक वोल्ट ड्रॉन किया गया है प्रोडक्ट में एंड is it to be find defective. What is the probability that it is manufactured by machine P? So इस क्वेश्चन में सबसे पहले हमें मशीन्स की मैन्युफैक्चर्स कैपेसिटी प्रोवाइड किया गया है, जो कि 25%, 35% और 40% है। साथ ही मशीन्स की डिफेक्टिव वोल्ट्स की प्रोडक्शन, जो कि 5%, 4%, 2% है। हमें फाइंड करना है डिफेक्टिव एंड मैन्युफैक्चर्स इट बाय बी। सो लेट्स let E1, E2, E3 be the volt manufactures by machine A, B, and C respectively. According to question, manufacturer's machine A is 25%. So probability of E1, which is 25 by 100. Second, manufacturer's machine B is 35. So probability of E2 is 35 by 100. Next is machine C is 40%. So probability of E3 is 40 by 100. Next, let E equal to event of defective volt. Therefore, P probability of E upon E1, that means probability of defective volt produced by machine A. According to question of output, 5% defective produced by machine A. So probability of E upon E1, which is equal to 5 by 100. Similarly, P upon E2 means probability of defective volts produced by machine B, which is equal to 4 by 100. And P upon E3 means probability of defective volt produced by machine C, which is equal to 2 by 100. So therefore, P by E2 is equal to 4 by 100, P E by E3 is equal to 2 by 100, and PE is equal to, by definition of total law of total probability. So PE is equal to P E1 into E by E1 plus P E2 into P E upon E2 plus PE 3 into P E upon E3. Compute the values of probability of E1, probability of E by E1, probability of E2, and P probability of E by E2, also probability of E3 and probability of PE upon E3. After simplify, we have PE is equal to 345 by 10,000, which is the probability of defective. PE is the total probability of defective volts, which is produced by machine A, machine B, and machine C. But the required probability is this defective produced by machine B. So, by Bayes theorem, we have by Bayes theorem, probability of E2 upon E is equal to probability of E2 into probability of E upon E2 by probability of E. Compute the values. We have, after simplify, 28 by 69, which is the required probability of defective volt which produced by machine B.